What is up, guys? This is William Harris. You can follow me on Twitter at William is Bill, and I would like to welcome you to HoopBall TV's Instant Reaction Series. This is a HoopBall production. For tonight, on February 15th, 2021, we're going to talk about Anthony Davis and breaking news of him injuring his Achilles and for how long he's going to be out right now for the Lakers. According to a report from Adrian Wojnarowski, Anthony Davis's MRI revealed a calf strain and a re-aggravation of the right Achilles tendonitis. Source said, once Davis returns to LA, he'll immediately get another evaluation there. It is extremely unlikely Davis returns to lineup prior to All-Star game break ending March 10th. That's a quote from Adrian Wojnarowski. And we just had to get that out there. And we're going to talk about the ramifications of fantasy and the Lakers and how this will impact the team. So far this year, Anthony Davis has played 23 games, and he was the 18th ranked player in fantasy and category leagues. He's been averaging 22.5 points per game, 8.4 rebounds, 3 assists, almost 2 blocks. He's played 62 of 74 games last year, and he normally misses around 10 to 20 games a season, so this is no surprise. Honestly, unfortunately for him, he misses games every year. We just have to hope that this one is not that serious of an injury and that he's right back right after All-Star game. Regardless, the Lakers will obviously take it easy on him until the playoffs if he does come back, because right now what they care about is winning another ring, running the championship. They're not going to risk his health and risk playing him big minutes in the regular season because of an Achilles injury could be career changing, career altering, and AD is looking like a Hall of Fame player, and the key piece to leading this team to the championship. He played amazing last year. This year he's been playing, pretty good. Like I said, 18th ranked player, but fans expect even more. But he's still having a great year. But they got to take it easy on him. So since February 4th, the main guy that's probably gonna receive the boost in production since February 4th is Kyle Kuzma. His production has increased tremendously and should continue to receive a boost with AD out. All season, he's been ranked 187th in fantasy and 9-cat. And in his last 6 games, he's been ranked 92nd. And that's mainly due to AD being out and having low minutes. He's now averaging around 15 points and 8 rebounds a game compared to before at 11 points and 6 rebounds a game. So that's something to look into. If you can add Kuz, if he's on your wire, scoop him up immediately. Because he should, he's not going to be AD, but he'll get you some production. The last 2 games, AD missed. Another guy you would not think would, be affected as much by the injury status is Dennis Schroeder, the point guard for the Lakers, who's having a really good season for them. He's really flourishing in the starting role. He's played an amazing. He's been playing amazing, averaging 19 points and 7 boards and 5 assists during those 2 games that AD missed on February 8th and February 10th. So expect his, production to boost just a little bit. Most of the guys on the Lakers, it's not going to just make a superstar. You're not going to find an AD out of one player. Kuzma is probably the closest to that. His production, like I said, 4 points and 2 rebounds up. And, if LeBron and the team keeps it in competitive games, which they should be, because without AD, it's going to make it a little harder, those points could go up even more. Another guy, the young talent, Talen Horton-Tucker, his production should ramp up also. That's a guy that the Lakers are really, keen on. They love him. Some speculation is they're just hyping him up to trade him, to get the guys in LA, a superstar, package him, Kyle Kuzma maybe to get a superstar. But for right now, in this meantime, his production should ramp up. He's played most of his minutes. The most minutes he's played has been this last week, with AD missing games and exiting early. His last good game when AD was out, he scored 10 points, and I just think with AD fully out, he should have a secure role. And if he's not going to start, which he probably won't, but he'll be maybe that first or second man off the bench. So his his minutes will increase, which will allow him to have better production. Another guy you would think of is that similar at the position. Instead of Horton Tucker, who's a 2 or a 3, and we talked about Schroeder, who's a 1, Kuzma is a 3 or 4, Montrezl Harrell, he's a 4 or 5. He's playing 25 minutes a game right now with AD in the lineup, and that should go up to at least 30 minutes. He played 30 minutes and 33 minutes the last 2 games. AD was out, and he averaged 20 points 20 actual points in those 2 games. And you don't expect a lot of points from Montrezl Harrell like that. But with AD out, the Lakers don't have that third star. Schroeder's the closest thing to it, but they need points. And to get those rebounds and putbacks and alley-oops, Harrell's going to be that guy. So Kuzma's going to get that big boost, but unexpectedly, Montrezl Harrell's scoring is going to go up also. So he's definitely worth the add. I'm sure he's, rostered by most teams, but, if you have him, this will be a good time to use them and sneaky sell high. You might want to use them a little bit before you sell high, but his production is definitely going to go up. And a guy you might not think is Markieff Morris also. And sometimes he's been out of the rotation. He should see a lot of increased minutes also. He won't be a must-add player, but a guy you should keep your eye on. He received 25 minutes a game when AD was out, like I said, on the 8th and the 10th. And he was averaging around 7 points and 7 boards. That's pretty good for him in 25 minutes. And that's compared to when he was with ADN for the most part of the season. He's been averaging around 15 minutes a game. And, like I said, with some DMPs, which means he's a player to watch out for. Overall, for this team with the Lakers, everyone's going to get a little boost. Like I said, some 10 teams, 12 teams, you're going to see Kuzma out there. But, as soon as you saw AD went down, Kuzma should have been added. If he's still available in your, leagues, you need to scoop him up right away. All these guys can be a sell high. Even Schroeder, he's been having a really good season, but, he's a guy that production will be up and it will drop as long as AD comes back. So for right now, we're just hoping AD comes back soon, comes back healthy. He's been having a great year. Hopefully he will keep it up. We got a few questions from the fans over here. Let me go ahead and address those. Thank you guys for watching and asking questions. First, I'm gonna go with Andrew Pachixo. Hope I said that right. I'm sure I butchered that. But who wins the trade with Christian Wood for AD? Ooh, 9-cat. Both have injuries, but come fantasy playoffs, AD might sit some games. I totally agree. And a lot of people will call Christian Wood baby AD or a lesser version. I've heard Jalen Rose call him a Walmart version of AD. But honestly, like you said, that main point is what you said is the key. Resting AD, that he's going to be rested more than Christian Wood. I think the production will be similar. And Christian Wood is week to week. AD is week to week, but could be month to month. Hopefully not. Honestly, if you can get Christian Wood for AD, make sure you try to get something else also. Because name value, potential value, AD is worth a lot more, but Christian Wood could easily put up similar production to AD that is not 100%. Yep, and another, will the Lakers make a move from Matt Lynch? Good question for, say, someone like Hassan Whiteside. I heard that also today. On Twitter, there's a lot of talk about, what the Lakers should do. Should they panic? I don't think they should panic. Whiteside, I think, is someone they could get for cheap, though. So I think that would be a great move. Andre Drummond is available. Blake Griffin is available. You got the Cavs and Detroit Pistons looking to move those guys. I don't see either of them as a fit because of how much Drummond makes. And Blake Griffin right now is just not looking great. But he would be able to rest and pick his spots more in LA. So, but he makes a ton of money, too. So unless there was some huge buyout, I don't think that would work. But Whiteside definitely on a minimum contract. He's not really being used right by the Kings. The only thing that would slow that up is Rashawn Holmes was out today with an injury. I didn't see if that was minor or major, but if Rashawn Holmes is not 100%, they might hold off on trading Whiteside. But I think they should. I mean, the Kings and the Lakers don't have a great history with each other, so I don't know if they would trade him to the Lakers to help the Lakers out. But depending on what they can get, that's a great call for Whiteside. I think the Lakers should try to do that because that depth would help them. tremendously. And what about Marc Gasol? Will he become a standard league relevant player? I think for 12 team, 14, 16 teams, 12 team is sketchy, but 14, 16 teams definitely. He should get more minutes, but he's just so old. No offense, Mark, if you see this, but he's really old, slow, smart player, one of the smartest players in the league, great passer. His assists could go up one or two, but he's not going to be a guy that's getting a double-double because his points are not there. The minutes, the Lakers are not going to run him into the ground because I think the Lakers are still going to coast to the playoffs. So uh, I'd say keep an eye out on Marc Gasol. Great call, great question by Matt Lynch. But I don't think he's a guy you have to run to your, uh, you know, waiver wire to get. Kuzma's out there, run, you know. But he's the main guy. You know, Harold's probably rostered. Uh, like I said, Markieff Morris and Marc Gasol, those are the two guys on the borderline. I think you need to, keep an eye out on those guys. And it could go either way, but I don't think it's if you miss out on Marc Gasol or Markieff Morris, that's not going to make or break you. But they play tomorrow against Minnesota. We will see how the lineup's looking. If you see Marc Gasol getting big minutes, that would surprise me. But okay, you got something here. So I think that's great. I thank you all for your questions, Andrew, Matt, everyone. Just check out HoopBall, hoop-ball.com, and continue to keep watching our YouTube channel. We're gonna have. We just got another comment from James Kobe Gonzalez. They just announced he's out indefinitely. I think he's talking about AD. And if that's so, right now I think basically it's week to week. Indefinitely is a way of them not being able to have to be asked a million questions all the time. But I think he's definitely out to the All-Star game. But I think it's a wait and see with AD. Like if they come back with more information, just keep your eye out on it. But I don't think he's going to be out for the year or anything because, you just never know. You just never know. It's definitely a situation to monitor. But yes, thank you guys for all your questions. If you have any more, throw them at me real quick. But thank you all. Thank you, James Kobe Gonzalez, for your late breaking news. But yeah, like I said, check out our YouTube channel, hoop-ball.com. And thank you for watching. We're gonna have a lot more content for you guys, a lot more late breaking news. We have the HoopBall Discord, we have HoopBall tweets, HoopBall Fantasy, HoopBall Official on Instagram. Everything you need for the late breaking news. We have pregame and postgame coverage. So continue to check us out. Thank you all for watching. This has been a HoopBall production. I am William S. Bill, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.